guys, how are you doing? It's been so long since I've been on here, but I have not forgotten about you. I've missed you. I've missed being here, and I am back to share my stories because I believe sharing our stories is helpful to others. My life has been changed by listening to other people's stories and what they have learned, and I am here to share my story. And so I needed to take some time off to really focus on myself. My body was falling apart. Well, I'm being super dramatic, but it wasn't actually falling apart. I feel like I was getting pre-diabetic. So my energy was terrible. I was eating often, a lot. I could not feel good without food. I would eat, I would have to lie down, like my blood sugars were way off, and that was one thing that was really bugging me. And so but I've been wanting to fast for a long time, just couldn't really mentally do it for whatever reason. And I did on impulse get a blood blood glucose blood monitor, or continuous glucose monitor, CGI. And it was a 2-week monitor that I attached to my arm, the back of my arm. And I was just really curious. And the curiosity was not like, oh, am I diabetic or pre-diabetic? It was more, oh, am I still fasting when I'm drinking coffee with cream in the morning? I was just really curious because I really wanted to be fasting, but I loved my coffee with cream. And I was like really suspecting that maybe it's not the fasting that I'm hoping for. And sure enough, that was giving me such a huge rise in my blood sugar from the coffee and cream. So I definitely got my answer about that. And I experimented with bulletproof coffee, which definitely didn't give me such a rise in blood sugar, but it gave me a dip in blood sugar, which some people say does reflect on the insulin being released in your bloodstream. So also breaks your fast a little bit, right? So I did get my answer there, but I also got my answer I didn't have the question, but I did see that my sugars were rising way more than I was hoping, than it looked like normal. So that was a bit alarming to me. My A1C was average, but my average for the 2 weeks for the average blood glucose was higher than normal. So that right away, set alarm bells and like told me, okay, this is, I don't need another diagnosis. I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm seeing the results right here. So I started fasting, and I started, really looking for the answers, really looking, how do I start fasting in a more sustainable way? So this brings me to my exciting sharing today for you, because I think, well, for some of you, not all of you, it might be the right answer. And also, if it's not the right answer, I do believe just even hearing the story, you will hopefully be inspired to keep looking for your answer. And so that's why I'm really sharing it with you here, just to give you some ideas of what could work. Okay, so I was looking at fasting, intermittent fasting, doing all the, the usual Googling. I was listening to Fast Like a Girl by Mindy Pelz, looking up Jason Fung and his stuff. I read his book, so I kind of knew all the stuff. But one day, out of nowhere, I don't know how or why, I put into my YouTube search OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day, which you might know, never heard of. So it's OMAD, 1 meal a day, and it literally what it is. It's eating 1 meal a day. And I put it in. I knew about it before, but this time I found this amazing woman, who has inspired me to really take it and, try it for myself. And I love it. Today is actually day 40 of me having 1 meal a day. And I absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, here's why. So many things, two of which, weight loss. I've lost 3-4 pounds already. And anytime if I eat 2 meals a day on a weekend, if I try that, like a shorter window, I don't feel good and I gain a couple pounds back. So I don't feel good. I don't want to be eating that much. It's just too much for me. And number two, it's even more exciting for me and you, if you have had a dieting experience, is I can eat whatever I want. Like literally anything I want to eat, I can eat. There's no more restriction with the bread and the pasta and the dessert and the...
So the freedom of being able to eat whatever I want, combined with me feeling a really rest from digesting, getting a really good break. Plus, right, I'm burning all the fat I have on my body while I'm fasting. That feels incredible. I literally keep telling whoever will listen, I may be annoying, I keep saying I feel like I have the best of both worlds. I've really wanted to fast for a long time because I knew the benefits, the health benefits, the weight loss, and I really wanted to do it. I just couldn't somehow wrap my mind around it. Finally, I have. And the other one is the best of both worlds is really eating whatever I want, not restricting and, joining my kids when they're having burgers with a bun or birthday cake or whatever, muffins, dessert, anything like that. So that's why I really wanted to share this with you. And I am going to link. So the woman who inspired me, her name is Jackie, and she's on YouTube as a fasting foodie. And she is awesome. She loves food, but she also loves fasting. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like I love fasting as much as I love food. Fasting gives me an opportunity to enjoy food more. So I'm going to link her in the notes so you can definitely go look her up. She is awesome. She's inspired so many people to really make it a lifestyle and really enjoy it. So here's another thing. So, 1 meal a day, this is what I thought actually before I ran into Jackie, is I thought that 1 meal a day would mean that you would sit down with one plate, eat that one plate, and you're done, which sounded so depressing and sounded like not enough. And I don't want to do that. And it's not enough. And it sounded terrible to me. Well, thanks to Jackie, she's made it so much more fun. Okay, here's how she does it. And that's how I do it as well. Maybe I've added my own little twists here and there. But I love the idea of, instead of the one plate, you have a window, an eating window. So it could be anywhere from 10 minutes window to 6 hours. Okay. So for example, before my period, I get more hungry and I eat more and I'm hungrier. So then I would eat longer for a longer period of time. So you would have, let's say, 2-hour eating window, which is what I had today, 2.5. And you can have an appetizer, you can have your main, you can have your meat, and you can have your carbs. This is what I love. All the potatoes, like all my leftovers, mashed potatoes I would make for the kids. I made for the kids mac and cheese. Usually, right, that's off the menu. Like that's not what helps us lose weight or be healthy. But now I can enjoy it. I can have my meat. I can have that. I have lots of veggies before that. And after that, I can have my dessert. Now I just am really treating myself, splurging myself, and making up the time that I've missed when I was really restricting. And so I love it. And I get to have my coffee with cream in the afternoon. Like that's my favorite, that I can have that. And really after that, I do make sure I eat like a good amount. And I'm satisfied for the rest of the day. I am satisfied. I am not hungry. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat, with all the sports, driving kids around. I don't have to take care of me anymore. I'm taken care of. My job is then I just take care of the kids. And you know what's interesting? Actually, before I even was doing this 1 meal a day, I was already eating in this way almost. So I would skip breakfast and I would have my coffee with cream, but then I would probably have lunch at 11. Then I would get hungry again and I would snack through the afternoon, kind of, because I was hungry. I would snack, I would have my tea, my coffee with the food through the afternoon. And by the time that like 3, 4, I was full, and then I was always had the problem, like, I'm not hungry for dinner. Like, damn it. Like, I have to eat dinner with the family and I don't even want this dinner and I'm hungry and I'm not hungry anymore. So, really, that was my problem. And now that I feel like I've gotten the permission to not eat dinner with the family and really just to focus in on me and do what I need to do, this works so well for me. I eat in the afternoon and I am set. Like, I feel great the first half of the day when I'm fasting. I exercise, fasted. I get about 20 hours of fasting in. I feel great. My energy is so stable. I don't have the dips that I used to have. I don't have the hunger that I used to have. Seriously, night and day with the energy. Like, I did not have any energy before. I really felt like I was riding that sugar roller coaster over and over and over again, which was exhausting. So now I have the energy. I literally can go, I wake up at 6:30. I can go straight to 1 p.m. where then I feel like, okay, I need to sit down and maybe have a tea or coffee. And that's where I usually have my lunch. And then I go again after that all the way till bedtime. So I love that, right? So now my next challenge is that I do want to be flexible and have dinner with my family, which I did this weekend, and I tried to do that just because, it's fun and my husband cooks really well. And so I did do that this past weekend, but I didn't do it the way that felt best to me. Like, one day I got too hungry, the other day I was too full from lunch. So anyway, like, small challenges. So again, like, when I say lunch and dinner is, for me, I look at it as a one open eating window, which I do this. I track my fast on this app called Zero, which I will also link in the show. And I love it, love it, love it, because it feels like a video game. And I start my fast on the app, and then I end the fast. So my eating window opens, and then I eat. So whenever I'm done eating, I do try to keep it the shorter the better for me. It feels better. If I keep it open longer, which I have done on the weekends or on vacation, it just feels sluggish. Like, after like 2 or 3 days of that, I feel heavy. I need to nap. Like, just my energy goes down, and I just don't feel as optimal as I do with one meal. So that's awesome. I find that so freeing. So I do that, and then I'm not really like restricting myself into, okay, I need to eat it in 1 hour. No, I am really just sticking to having that, shorter window. I usually, during the week, I've been having like late lunch, and that's it. I have my coffee, that's it. And then the rest of the time, this is key, is that I drink a lot of different things, but I am doing it clean fasting. So, if you do get into the details of it, you will find out that there's clean fasting and dirty fasting. So clean fasting is nothing with flavor. So if I would have carbonated water, no flavor. If I have any coffee, no flavor, no cream, nothing. If I have tea, also no flavor. So I can't have like a lemon, ginger tea. Just because the theory is, when you do expose your mouth to flavor, it sends a signal to your body that there's food coming in, which kind of makes sense, right? So the insulin goes up and it kind of takes you out of your fast. So when we do just black coffee or black tea, that apparently does not really send the message to your brain that any food's coming in, or plain water or plain carbonated water. And that's all I have. And ever since I stopped having, cream in my coffee or bulletproof coffee, it has gotten so much easier to fast. Before, when I would have those coffees, I was hungry. By like noon, I was hungry. I was really like waiting for food. Now, barely at all. Like sometimes I don't even have a hunger. It's more of a mental hunger. Like, oh, well, it's time to eat. Why, when are we going to eat? I'm not hungry. So then it becomes like this mental chatter, which is a whole other story, right? Where we have to explore that and kind of really get used to it. So warnings. I'm going to give you that. It does take adjustment to get used to this. If you are willing to try this, if you are curious, it takes time to adjust physically to fasting and mentally, right? So for me, it took me pretty quickly. I adjusted to 18-hour fast that felt like nothing. Like 18 hours feels like the norm. I don't even think it's anything. I feel like it's like bare minimum. But it did take physically, it took me probably a week or two to adjust and make sure I drink lots of different things. And also learning is staying busy, right? It's kind of hard in the beginning when you are fasting. You focus on the fast, focus on the plan, on the food, and you kind of forget that you have to occupy your time, especially at the times that you are used to eating. Those are the times you have to occupy first. That's my opinion, because if you are, sitting around at lunchtime and you used to eat at that time, well, you're going to be wanting to eat. You're going to, think I'm bored or, we should eat something. So those are the warnings I have to give you. Don't write it off, keep it in the back of your mind in case you want to try it one day. I love it so much for the freedom of anything I can eat, for the weight loss. It is a slow weight loss for me, particularly because I am definitely indulging in all the desserts and carbs, but I don't care. I am so done restricting myself. I want to be free. I don't want to restrict myself and have the diet mind. So I am really enjoying this freedom. I'm enjoying the rest from food, and I'm enjoying the slow weight loss, knowing that this works, knowing that this is really good for me. And I'm excited to share this with you, and I'm hoping you will check out Jackie's YouTube. She is so awesome. I love her. So she was inspired by Jen Stevens, and Jen Stevens wrote a book called, a couple books. One of them I read is called Delay, Don't Deny, and it is awesome. I recommend you pick that up and read it or listen. I listened to audiobook, and it's so helpful, and it basically encapsulates this fasting lifestyle into don't deny yourself anything, just delay it to your eating window. That's it. And so that has helped thousands and thousands of people lose lots of weight, sleep better, get rid of skin problems, acid reflux problems, heartburn, whatever, you name it. Fasting is so, so helpful. So I have been on the journey for myself to really figure out my energy problem. That's what my problem was. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel dead. So then I figured that out. I feel incredible. And so that's what I kind of took time off to do for myself. I hope you guys forgive me for not really giving you notice, but I'm back, and I promise I will share my story so that you are inspired. And I would like to record another, maybe one or a few different ones about specific details about the fasting. Or maybe I'll just refer you to Jackie's channel because she's awesome at it. But definitely check out Jackie's page. Check out the book that I recommended, Delay, Don't Deny. Or the other one that that Jen Stevens wrote was, I forgot. Delay, Don't Deny. And, I forgot. It's just this similar one, basically talking about OMAD. So I love those. And also, I love how the ripple effect goes in our life is when I got the continuous glucose monitor for myself. I told my mom, and then my dad got one eventually, and my dad has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, but he does not take any medication for it. My mom, thankfully, is a smart lady, and they've been doing intermittent fasting for him for years, and they've been managing it with diet and fasting. So it has not progressed, and he does not take any medication for it. So my dad has never done the monitor, the sensor. So as soon as I got it, I actually bought one for him, and he did it for 2 weeks, and he got the results from it as well. And he was really inspired to really clean up his eating, like fasting windows. Before, he would, sometimes snack in between meals, or maybe sometimes have breakfast, and, would kind of have some fruit or sweets or chocolate. And all of that would contribute definitely to too much insulin spikes for a diabetic, right? So once he saw the results, it's like instant feedback. He would have something and he would see the insulin spike. So he has really been inspired to clean it all up, to kind of like dial it in. And within the 2 weeks that he had the monitor, he was able to bring down his A1C, which is like the level of the marker that they use to diagnose diabetes. He brought it down within the 2 weeks from a diabetic level to pre-diabetic diabetes, which is incredible. It amazed my mom and I and him, just with diet, just with fasting and eliminating, fruits and carbs. So he's changed his approach and has been a lot cleaner with it to really reverse it. So I'm so happy. So also my brother got the sensor, my mom, my husband. So we were all comparing our results, and it was really fun. I really encourage you to try it just for fun. Just see what happens. So, okay, guys, I'm happy to be back. I would love to hear any suggestions of what you want to hear about, any questions, any sharing. If you want to share with me your story of fasting, I would love to hear it. I'm obsessed with it. My friend Kathy is also doing it. She's using the app. We're sharing our experiences with it and, talking about it. And the weight loss is slower than we would like, but there is weight loss, and we feel great and we sleep better. So really, it's a win-win-win, and I just don't see how you can lose. But it did take me years and years, and I have done different versions of fasting before. So it does take a while to really make it your own. Okay, guys, love you all. See you next week. Bye.